Hello there, it's me again, Xeno, from Lord of Darkness, as you can see well because you're here on this channel, but I'm here again to talk about our favorite upcoming game, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. And you might be asking, Xeno, you are a Tremere, of course you are. You are in the Chantry, yes. Then why are you dressed like that? Well, because today we're talking about, I wouldn't say our favorite rebels, but you know, Brujah. So I found it appropriate to dress in the leather jacket and have shades. So, yeah. And yeah, we will be talking about Brujah because Chinese Room released in the last month dev diary about what is a Brujah, like you can see the title on the screen. And also yesterday, from the day when I'm recording this, yesterday, yeah, a highlight of the clan, their powers, their disadvantages, other interesting mechanical stuff. So, what will we do is that I will read first this, what is a Brujah, because of course, and then we will move to the highlight of the clan. And along the way, I'll be talking about stuff that I find interesting. As always, perfectly balanced as all things should be, as one purple man once said. But without further ado, let's go. And yes, this is basically a cosplay. If you know what my inspiration was, then you know, yeah, of course. Death Diary. Number 9. What is a Brujah? We all know, but let's read it. For those who are new to the Vampire the Masquerade universe, the Brujah are a vampire clan. Great discovery. They are all descendants of the same bloodline, let's say, that gives them similar strengths and weaknesses. That's what the clan is. They have access to supernatural strength, potence, speed, celerity, and charisma, presence. So for those who were talking about that, oh, it's all just fighting game and stuff, we have presence here that will be usable in conversations and outside combat. Their curse is that they are easily riled to anger and often use this reputation to their advantage with intimidation and threats. All these traits make them deadly opponents on and off the battlefield. That's what Brujah are, basically. When we looked to adapt these rebels and philosophers into a video game, we were inspired by the real-world culture and vampiric fantasies to help you get immersed in their playstyle. There are some perspectives on building different Brujah from across the studio, and an introduction from Karim from World of Darkness. Hello. That's not me, that's this person who wrote some of this. On how Brujah were developed in Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Alright. So here we have some words from Karin Wamar. I hope that I haven't butchered the pronunciation of your surname. I'm sorry if I did. But yeah, designing modern Brujah for tabletop. It's really hard to read in these glasses, but I will suffer for the sake of art. With the 5th edition of Vampire the Masquerade, we wanted each clan to primarily embody a vampire archetype out of fiction and popular culture, rather than looking to their powers and fictional history alone for identity. Fortunately, for Brujah this was easy. Well, yeah, if you watched Lost Boys, then you basically know what a Brujah is, so that's that. The Brujah clan represent one of the oldest and most recognizable vampire archetypes, that of the eternal rebel. Is it the oldest though? I mean, yeah, Lost Boys came out like in the 80s or something, but it's not that old. There are older vampire archetypes, but yeah. Brujah vampires identify fiercely with a personal cause and cannot resist picking fights for the sake of this conviction. Yep. Explosive strength of body as well as personality, so potence and presence, thus becomes a defining asset of the clan. In previous editions of Vampire the Masquerade, the Brujah were often overshadowed by other clans in martial acumen, at least in practice. Well, yeah, Brujah were always like pure brawlers, you know, and other clans like Assamites, now Banu Hakim, were more martial in their fighting. So we now made sure that their unique combination of celerity and potence, so super speed and strength, would allow them to dominate most physical altercations. Yeah, interesting. However, in a game of personal horror, each archetype should be defined by their flaws just as much, if not more, than their powers. That checks out. The tragedy of the Brujah is that beneath their surface, idealism lies a deeper need, an addiction for conflict. That's true. Mortals embraced into the clan come from all walks of life and champion any numbers of causes. Savory and less savory, united only in their belligerence. I hope that's the word. While many Brujah would claim to fight for the downtrodden, the perception of downtrodden is as varied as there are Brujah. And if a Brujah vampire would ever see their cause triumphant, they often find themselves championing the other side. The cold fire in their dead hearts, goading them back into the fray, forever caught in a self-perpetuating cycle of destruction. At least for modern Brujah. We will be playing as Elder Fire, so interesting, how will that work? I mean, fire isn't that old, like 400 years old or something. So yeah, those were words for Karim, designer of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition and brand editor from the World of Darkness. So yep, very interesting insight. And we have more. Simon Ladok, Silky. So this will be an NPC, the Brujah Primogen, that we will see him in person, his glorious bold face in the highlight, that we will jump to in a moment. Better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven, right? Name is Silky. This is my place, these are my people. Usual Brujah. Fire won't be the only Brujah in town if you pick that clan. Of course, they are everywhere. You can butt heads with several other characters that share this clan. Silky is one that we'd like to share today, and you'll learn more about him in the next post too. Like I said, he may look like he thinks with his fists, but assumption makes fools of us all. Silky is eloquent, persuasive, and a man of letters, quoting Milton, Shakespeare, and the Sex Pistols with equal reverence. He's solid, is Silky. The one you want on your side. Clear-sighted and unimpressed by the posturing and drama of the establishment. He was the only one the Camarilla could name as Primogen for the Brujah. He's the only one voice that Rabble will listen to. Rabble is the nickname for Brujah. You'll find him holding court in the Dutchman, his beloved bar. Yeah, that makes sense. Stay on his good side and you won't see trouble there. Because of course Brujah sit in the bar. Ah, last round, I miss you. Alright, so we have here some, I guess these are tattoos. I don't have these particular tattoos, but I have a few. I won't be showing them for now. So yeah, we have, of course, motorcycles, spider web, that's, I don't think that's appropriate actually. Some snakes, of course, other memento mori, some skulls, scorpion. This reminds me of scorpion eaters from Kindred of the East, my favorite Dharma, but no matter now. Some burning skulls, of course, and Brujah clan symbol made out of nails. Nice. Writing the Brujah. It was important to us when designing our Brujah characters to show the variety of the clan. It's not all about brutality, and clan members have very different views to challenge the status quo and champion their causes, yet must still coexist within Seattle's kindred society. Silky came in from one of the writers at the design stage, feeling fully formed and someone we wanted to spend time with. We knew who he was very quickly, and that makes writing him a joy. Ian Thomas, narrative director. So I can't wait to talk to this distinguished gentleman on my first playthrough. Of course, my first playthrough will be a Tremere, not a Brujah, but still. I wonder what kind of rebel he is. Maybe he's more akin to the Brujah of old, the scholar warriors, poets, we see. Combat discipline design. Designing the Brujah's in-game powers, we first had to consider the kind of player that best fits the Brujah archetype, so a brawler fighting. Bloodlines 2 pits the player against overwhelming odds, and while fire is exceptionally powerful, these situations are often best approached quietly and carefully to begin with. We'll see about that. Most clans have tools at their disposals to sustain and exploit stealth, picking apart large group of opponents and remaining unseen until the time is just right. But for some players, the time is right now, and the tool is brutal force. This line, perfectly describes what Brujah players are. Fighting, violence. Violence is good. In games. These players rebel against the planning and tension of stalking, instead preferring to trust their skills and instincts in the chaotic flow and dance of combat. Mortal combat or immortal combat. With that in mind, the Brujah clan gives them the tools they need to get in people's faces and come out on top. Nice. All the Brujah powers are offensive in some capacity. That checks out. Presence also can be used offensively. There's no easy way out, no help in staying alive. It's kills or be killed. Sure. So you'll need to be aggressive to survive. While that may sound simple, it won't be enough on its own. Each ability is designed to have utility beyond simple damage, so as you get to grips with combat, you'll find yourself using these more as tools to keep the flow of conflict under your control, which is where Brujah's real strength lies. So the control of the field of combat, jumping from one to another, hitting them in a face, stuff like that. Your abilities allow you to crash through groups of opponents and drag enemies into a more isolated spot for a fairer fight or a safer feed. Alright. You've already seen a video how to quickly deal overwhelming damage to a single target. We saw the gameplay reveal. They were playing a Brujah, so that's a lot But an even better tactical use is for bringing multiple opponents to the brink of death for a little follow-up. Brujah will also make use of presence to taunt and enrage opponents, so yes, offensive uses of presence. This makes them predictably aggressive and is great for motivating a heavily armed mortal or someone else to try and club you to death with their firearm instead of shooting you. Okay, that actually sounds really cool. There's also a big explosive use of potence, so the earth shock, I think the name was, which can be used as both a crowd control and combo tool. Yeah, I think it was earth shock. You punch in the earth. It was shown in the trailer, I think, that you jumped a little, hit the ground, and boom. So that's neat, if I do say so myself, and I do. With all of the players' powers, and Brujah in particular, we've aimed to give them all a punchy, rhythmic feeling that makes them wave right in with your regular attacks and punctuate the chaos. My favorites got to be the presence-based power. Slugging opponents off to weaponize their emotions really puts you in the mindset of belligerent Brujah troublemaker. So that's nice. Max Bottomley, senior gameplay designer. I hope I pronounced your surname right again. So what else do we have here? What does Brujah look like? Well, we can see what Brujah looks like on my example. Even though I'm at Tremere, I'm a better Brujah than most Brujah, if I say so myself. Yeah. But let's see this. What does Brujah look like? Of course. When it came to designing the look of the Brujah, we really wanted to capture their chaotic and rebellious nature. Yeah. This direction naturally led us to drawing inspiration from many real-world archetypes and movements that equally encapsulate the same vibe. Punks, bikers, metalheads, for example, and many others. All counter-cultural movements that stem from an anti-establishment and anarchic look on life. Movements that we felt really captured the same feeling of being a Brujah. That's what Brujah are in modern times. The punk and biker culture we wanted to incorporate has the same feeling of rebellion and conviction that is so prevalent within these movements. It was important to capture the unconventional and distressed clothing that punks tend to wear, like the military surplus wardrobe, all the things that really show a disdain for conformity. These things we felt go hand in hand with what the Brujah represent, a rebellious and fiercely individual spirit. Like I said, in modern times, in Dark Ages, the older editions, Brujah were a high clan. They were scholars, they were nobles even. So, how to fall from grace? Of course, there are also true Brujah. Again, in earlier editions, the Elius. We wanted the areas the Brujah inhabit to reflect their anarchic nature too. Bars. Yeah. The Brujah will likely be found in dive bars, shady sections of Seattle, away from the other more authoritative clans who also reside in the city. From this, we wanted their world to be messy, chaotic, furniture tripped over from a recent brawl, of course, and graffiti covering the walls. So that's actually for most anarchs, not only Brujah, but Ravnus also. We wanted the Brujah and their environment to reflect other rebellious pieces of imagery from real life, scrolled symbols of anger and defiance, bright, non-conforming colors, a general sense that at any point something unpredictable could happen. Jordan Grimmer, senior concept artist. Oh, so you're the one responsible for this gorgeous arts. Alright. Good for you, sir. I applaud to you. I really love your work. Alright. So as we can see, that's what Brujah, fire Brujah would look like. Although they're still an elder, so maybe they will just dress like that to blend in. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so here's what's next. They talk about the highlight that we will jump into right now. But to sum things up here, a lot of interesting informations, a lot of insights about Brujah in the 5th edition tabletop, and in the game we have the silky fella, a lot of cool tattoos, and the spider web, writing Brujah, blah blah blah, and other cool stuff. So yeah, but again, things that I want to point out is that fire is an elder, at least 400, 500, maybe 600 years old. So I think that was even before the Anarch movement was formed, if I'm not mistaken. No, cut. Alright, so fire is an elder, so, and Anarch movement was formed like around 15th century. So if they are like 600 years old, they saw the creation of the movement, and if they're younger, then, well, And again, Brujah back there, even when the Anarch movement was formed, Brujah still were aligned largely with the Camarilla that was also formed around this time. So yeah, that will be interesting. It will be interesting to see how fire will react. Like, you're awoken, the world changed, and well, Brujah are now like punks and bikers, and they're angry at everything, and not in the deep philosophical way, but just for violence. And well, that will be interesting to look at, experience. Maybe I will have a second playthrough as Brujah, we'll see. But alright, enough about the past, let's focus about the highlight. So yeah, let's jump here. Alright, this was released yesterday. Today is March 7, and it was released 6th. So yeah, we have Silky here, this fella that was described here. Silky, yeah, this guy. I believe that's him. And for those of you who were with Bloodlines 2 from the start, with the original version from the Hardsuit Labs, this fella was like the signature character for the clan in the game. He looked a little bit different, but it's the same guy, and him being here really gives me hope that Elif will also be in the game, or the other Tremule lady. We'll see, I hope. But let's focus on the rebels. This article is actually a little bit shorter. So yeah, we have Lou Grant, our maybe Toreador lady. Alright. Rebels, the learned clan, not so much in modern time. Rebel, Hellenes, also not much. The Brujah are known for their impetuous tempers and defiant natures, and the clan contains some of the most violent vampires. That's true. Visionaries and brutes both. The Brujah have fallen from their statue as the learned clan, to a motley lineage of radicals, troublemakers, and firebrands, all as much at odds with each other as with the system they claim to oppose. You have two Brujah, and they will fight for the same thing, just put in the different words. So yeah, again we have Lugrands. To think I'd see the day, a Brujah knocking on my door asking me for help. So yeah, she's most likely Camarilla. I mean, look at her. If she's not a Toreador, then I don't know. Again, we have the Fire Brujah that was shown in the clan reveal last year. Yeah, last year. Playing a Brujah in Bloodlines 2. So this, I think, will be pretty much the same that the clan reveal article was talking about, but let's see. If you're a player who loves the shadows, rewind that. If you're a player who leaves the shadows to the cowards, knows the front line is where the fun is, and rebels against the establishment, Brujah is your clan. Is it though? In Bloodlines 2, Clan Brujah will offer a brutal, brawling playstyle with its abilities. In Vampire the Masquerade, known as disciplines, so vampiring powers. Vampire, yeah. Getting you into the fray and rewarding you from staying there. The Brujah control the dance of combat by making enemies drop their defenses, knock them around on the battlefield, and increase their damage by feeding for powerful finishing strikes. That will be described here below, but yeah, let's continue. In social environments, the Brujah are often expected to have a short temper, that's their curse. In Bloodlines 2, certain characters you meet may treat you differently depending on your clan. That's reasonable. And while clans have access to all clans have access to angry, violent and threatening dialogue options, throughout Bloodlines 2 you will find unique dialogue sequences for the Brujah. So like in the first Bloodlines, there will be specific dialogue options for clan. Tremere will have a more learned approach, Brujah more aggressive. They can be mixed, but there will be clan specific, and that's cool. So not every playstyle with the same clan will be the same, even in the social area of the game. And if you play against the archetypes, characters in the know will react. So like here, Low may react differently to you if you're a Brujah and you ask nicely for help and not punch her face out. As a predator of the night, hunting for blood is always a challenge, but the Brujah can often rely on their ability to influence pedestrians' rage to make them chase you into an empty alley and have a midnight snack. So, taunt power. I wonder if there will be like awe or entrancement for Brujah, or maybe only for Ventru, to lure your prey with more eloquence and not like, you come fight me here. We'll see. Abilities, and this is really interesting part, so let's see. When you choose your clan, you will start out with a passive ability unique to each clan. You are then able to unlock abilities from the ability tree, starting with your chosen clan. Each ability requires spending ability points to unlock, so experience, which are earned from completing missions, combat, and exploration, like in the first Bloodlines. So, yeah. At the peak of the ability tree, you can unlock the clan perk, a reward to those dedicated enough to unlock all of the abilities for a clan, giving a permanent passive upgrade. So you have a clan passive, and the clan perk is that the passive is always activated. I think that's how it works. Let's see. Brutality. So that's the clan passive. After feeding, become flushed with vampiric strength, temporarily increasing the power of all your melee attacks. We actually saw that in the gameplay reveal when fire fed on the illusionary ghouls or Finnbloods, and the icon on the right of the screen was filling, and then you can use it and punch harder. Yeah. So taunt, like I said, the presence power. Use your supernatural presence to enrage an opponent or civilian prey, compelling them to attack you. While enraged, the target takes increased damage. Cool. We'll see if they have also other uses for presence. Charge, we also saw that. Surge forward with supernatural speed and rage, grabbing an enemy you collide with to use as battering ram to knock down others in your path. So we saw that when we slammed against the wall. Lightning strikes. Target multiple opponents and unleash an unstoppable hail of punches, with the final strike dealing increased damage. So like I called it in the gameplay reveal analysis video, muda 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 muda. Put the GIF here. And Earthshock, yeah, I was right. Slam the ground with explosive force, flinging surrounding enemies into the air. So, giant boom. And clan perk, Pulverize. Clan perk, killing enemies without feeding still activates your clan passive. So it's like an upgrade to the passive, so you don't need to feed, you just need to punch. So that's cool. We have screenshots, and this particular one is it's great. I love it. So this may be the taunt power, like use it through your fingers. You know what I mean. What else? This is maybe an Earthshock or the slam. This is the muda muda power, I think. And this is the Earthshock, like boom, and here more interesting stuff. This customizing your playstyle. In Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, you can play your character in different ways. Brujah are more brawler type, like I said, and the abilities are focused around supporting that. Understandable. We wanted to make sure that this is not an ability optimization game where you need to go through a multitude of abilities and weigh them against each other. Playing a clan should be straightforward if you want it to be. Makes sense. While this is true, you can also dive deeper into the customization of your playstyle. So you can make it simple, be Brujah, punch things, make people angry, or make it more complicated on the ability tree. So that's cool. This is done by visiting important Seattle vampires that are sworn to assist the sheriff, you, Fire, the character, including offering their blood to help unlock abilities from their clan. And that's interesting. In earlier editions of Vampire the Masquerade, you could learn other abilities, other disciplines from other clans, like Ventru could learn protein from a gangrel. In 5th edition, to do that, you need to drink a little bit of blood. It's not like a full diablerie, because you can also learn that through diablerie, but you can also learn that by just, taking some blood willingly from the target. I don't think it forms a blood bond in the 5th edition, but yeah, and it's still an out-of-clan experience cost, but you can learn like thaumaturgy while being a Brujah. So this ability to mix disciplines, sorry for that, like Ventru with Potence, combine fortitude with potence, and boy, you're unstoppable. I know what I'm telling you. Alright. Abilities from other clans may cost more AP, ability points, so like I said, like in the tabletop, depending on how well they align with your clan disciplines. The Brujah disciplines are celerity, speed, potence, strength, and presence, the ability to attract, awe, or terrify. So maybe we'll be able to use awe or entrancement. So if another character has a speed enchanting ability, it would cost less AP to unlock that, than an ability for a discipline Brujah don't have, such as becoming stealthier, which is part of the obfuscate discipline. So yeah, you can learn other abilities, other disciplines for other clans for more AP, ability points, the experience. So that's pretty neat. Unlocking additional clan perks will make them stack. Right. So you can collect them all if you wish, elevating your power much closer to Elder level. Because yeah, fire is an Elder after all. So we have ability tree here, and ability tree is, well, basically discipline tree. That's what I call it in my head. So yeah, we have potence here, as we can see. Some potence powers, some celerity powers. This on the right, this perk that has 2 under it, I think that's thaumaturgy you can unlock. So you can unlock it on the tree and then buy it, purchase it via the ability points. So that's cool. Image ability tree for Brujah. All clan abilities and the clan perks are unlocked. So yeah, we have, I think that's the perk, and that's the passive, maybe. An ability from Banu Hakim has been equipped, and that being what, like this, maybe this. Oh, so maybe like Brujah and Banu will have different uses of celerity, and maybe Tremere and Ventru with dominate, and Banu and Tremere with blood sorcery. So that sounds interesting. While the activated abilities and clan perks can be learned from the other clans, your clan passive cannot. This means that you can combine features from other clans in hundreds of different ways, but your Brujah playthrough will remain unique from playing as another clan who branches into Brujah abilities. So like I said, Brujah with Ventru powers like Fortitude or Dominate will play differently than Ventru with Potence and Celerity, so that's cool. And we have clan logo symbol. That's actually one of the coolest clan symbols in the 5th edition, in my opinion. So yeah, there's a lot of cool, really cool information, like the abilities. We have also here we have a map, codex, character. So that will be our character sheet for our attributes, abilities, maybe tracking our health, willpower, and humanity, and settings. So, well, of course, settings are important, and abilities. Different for each clan, different approaches from different clans on the same discipline. Like I said, Banu and Tremere may have different use of blood sorcery. Tremere will be using it more like a thaumaturgy, blood magic, and Banu will use it more like quietus, so like stealth, like poison, or other acid stuff. That's just me thinking aloud, but that seems plausible. So yeah, with this beautiful image, I think we'll end this video. There was really a lot of cool information in both of those articles, the what is a Brujah and the clan highlight. And again, this guy being here, Silky, Elif, please be here, please. I mean, Low is here, still here. The Tolly, previously known as Samuel, is here, so maybe, please. So yeah, that's that. Interesting stuff. I will leave links to this if you want to read them yourself in the description below. And yeah, I will cover also other highlights and what is A. So I think in the next 2 weeks there will be a Tremere article, so I will dress more appropriately to my clan. And yeah, this is very comfortable leather jacket, actually. I really like it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments about the highlight, the Brujah, and the revealed ability tree, the mechanics revealed here. Well, a lot of customization, I can see. But, well, people still are mad that we haven't seen the face customization options. I mean, come on, it was already said that we'll be able to do that, so chill. So that's that. Thank you for watching, and see ya.